What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Vinny's Corner. I'm your host, Vinny. This is my wrong side. I always point the wrong way. That is my boy, Cole. What's going on, brother? How are you this evening?
Good.
You got the Blue Jays hat on?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you a quick story. Not that it's relevant to anything, but I got a little breakout going on my forehead here, so I'm not wearing any baseball caps right now. I'm using like my wife's like special stuff to clear it up. So, anyways, so it's that time of year, right? We are in the thick of it now. The MLB postseason. It is obviously, for those who haven't figured it out, I'm a New York Yankees fan. My Canadian friend here, as you can see, has his Blue Jays hat on as we speak. Which makes for a very interesting show while the Yankees and the Blue Jays are in an elimination game at Yankee Stadium right now, 2-1, Blue Jays up in the sixth inning, I believe.
Yes.
So, boom, here we are. So what do you think? I mean, about this postseason, like so far, has anything like jumped out at you? Has there been like a moment, or is there like anyone's performance? Is there something that you're like, wow, like, has anything stood out for you?
I mean, I'm not really, I'm going to be biased on it, but the Jays, the first two games. Last game was great too. It was a 9-6 game. But literally the first two games just blew me away. I was not expecting that. I was going to give like Yanks credit. I thought these games would be like 4-3, 3-2, very tight.
I was expecting the under on at least half of these games for sure. Bro, It did not go like this. Did not go those first two games. I mean, obviously, I'm a Yankees fan. I was appalled by this. I think that's probably the easiest way to say it, right? But the bounce back yesterday was good for me, obviously.
Yeah.
So, like, since we're being biased, right? I don't think this is biased. I think this should stand out for everybody. It's finally happened. A decade into this guy's career, the captain of the New York Yankees is batting .500 in the postseason. Let's go. Yeah. It's finally happened. Aaron has finally come to play. And it means something. Hopefully we'll be able to get out of this series, right? But, it's exciting to see, that he's finally hit that place where he can take this in stride and just keep playing, right? He's playing the same baseball he played all season, maybe a little better. And it's not all home runs. Like he's hitting sacks, singles, doubles. He just stole a base a minute ago. Man, loving it. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. So I don't know. I mean, that's like the biggest thing that stood out to me. And then I think the collapse, and we talked about this last week, but the collapse of the Guardians, right? They just got so red hot in September. I did not think that they would then face the team who they mocked all September and lose. So that one got me too.
I think it got a lot of people because I think a lot of people had a lot of faith in what Cleveland was doing and they were getting behind it. And then Detroit just figure out how to win. And you look at that now. They were down. They were on a winner go home game tonight, and they figured it out with Scooble coming in on Friday.
What did you think about today's game? So today's game was pretty awesome, actually. I was watching that game, and I said, man, the Tigers might be done. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I sent that text, somebody texted me back and goes, not yet, bro. It's tie game. I was like, tie game? What?
Yeah.
The bats came alive for them in the second half of that game, big time. It was good to see.
Rarity of the game, like because we talk bets sometimes. I had McMahon hitting a home run today, and I had Riley Green hitting a home run today.
Okay. I had the Yankees home runs yesterday,
and I had the Cubs home run. when that happened too.
You know who messed
I
me
I
up
had
yesterday?
mm,
I wasn't expecting it to happen because he's been so rock solid in his last 10 starts.
yeah.
Rodon, I just, I expected something different, and it did not go the way I thought it would. Come on, get this ball. Let's go. We needed that out. Big out right there.
But it hasn't though. When they looked at the stats when this game started, it was just like you guys are only getting 3 innings out of your aces.
What?
You've been only been
Carlos,
getting 3 innings out of your.
okay, since
How
when?
long was he in for today?
Schlittler's still
Well,
in.
Freed.
Schlittler's still
Yeah,
in. It's the 7th inning. Freed pitched through the 7th
yeah.
inning. Schlittler's last game, he pitched through the 8th inning. The only one who's
I
only
know. I'm saying up
only three
until
and
today.
only
No, up
only
until
three out.
today.
But the only real three, like, okay, so again in this series, the first 2 games we had bad outings. That was it. The third
Yeah,
game, the fourth game, very different.
yeah. But
You know,
Rondon still went out in 3 or 4.
Rodon went out in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Freed went
But
in the
like,
3rd inning. As I said, up until today, you got a solid starter of a starter. Yes.
but if you're watching these games, half the teams, like, you guys pulled your starter today in the 3rd inning, like, or
Oh
no,
yeah,
not
yeah.
the 3rd inning. And what I forget, what was he in the 5th inning? But like, I feel like people are going out earlier. Like, I've noticed that a lot in this playoff, right? We've seen that.
Oh yeah. They took Shane Bieber out yesterday at like 40 pitches.
So they took Bieber out in what, the 4th inning, right?
Yeah,
So Freed had a game like that, but Freed got shelled early. Rodon had that
yeah.
game. There was a game. What? You got to take her out of the room, please. I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I'm just. Lock that. Okay, so my daughter is gone. All right, so now we're talking baseball, right?
Yeah.
We got the Yankees game on now. So biggest surprises. Now for you, you said that it was just now. I'm kind of surprised, if I'm being honest. I wasn't surprised by the way the Blue Jays played them in the first 2 games because they've slammed us in multiple games this season.
Yeah.
So like, I wasn't like
I'm talking about the runs. I'm talking about the runs. I'm not talking about head to head. I already knew that all season. I
I'm
was
talking about
talking.
the runs. I'm talking about I'm talking about the runs as well. It's not the
Okay.
first time they've given up runs to this team. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
it's not like every game we play them is like a 3-2 game. You know, they've had our number all season long. What concerned me is that, like, I expected to see Freed give me 5 or 6 innings, and then maybe our bullpen got beat up. That's what I was thinking would happen. I wasn't thinking that I would see, our better pitchers. Thank goodness for this kid Schlittler, right? He completely owned the Red Sox, and he's in the bottom of the 7th right now. I mean, he's having a good game. Jazz just had an error, unfortunately. That was a big error, big time error right there. But he's been wonderful. So they're taking him out after 7 or 6 1/3.
Yeah.
He's been good. He held them to 2 runs, but now they got runners in the corner. So this is scary. As a Yankees fan, this is scary. I need a Judge home run and a Stanton home run tonight. Only way we're winning this, I feel like. This has got me definitely got me, I guess, like a little more stressed out than I should be, because like I didn't have a high expectation coming into the playoffs. But once it gets going, it can be tough,
Yes. Just a little bit.
So have you seen What are we looking at in this Brewers game right now? Brewers Cubs. It was 4-3 Cubs last I saw.
Yeah, that's how it
Um,
ended.
oh, it ended four. Okay, it ended 4-3.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So game
You know
four
what?
tomorrow.
So I was like a little, for some reason in my head, I was like, you know what? I think the Cubs are going to get this one. So I
Yeah.
took the Brewers plus 1.5. Let's go, big
Oh,
W.
nice.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good little W. The little ones.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
had them over. Oh, I had them over 7.5 runs. So if if they got out of that inning where they had bases loaded and one out, if they got out of that inning with one run, the game would have ended 5-4 and it would have gave me my 9. So
So let me ask you a question. I
yeah.
believe they're in LA today, right?
Hmm.
LA against the Phillies. The game just started. Um,
Yeah.
is there any chance the Phillies don't get swept right now?
I don't
Like,
believe so. I think tonight. I believe tonight that the Phillies will win. I've always,
you think the
even
Phillies
though
will
I
win
had
tonight?
LA going through, even though I had LA going through, I had them still going 3-1.
Well, so I didn't think that this series would look like this myself, but
Yeah.
um, Schwarber, Harper, Castellanos, really like the beginning of their lineup, the bats have been quiet
Yeah.
this whole series. They're doing terrible. Like if I was to go look up the
I,
numbers right now, you would want
yeah.
the numbers would tell me to bet the under on everything for these guys. Hits, runs, RBI, every metric possible. And to me, I'm a little shocked by that because I
Yeah.
feel like they were so good all season. You know, um, so
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I, they already, they blanked them in the first inning. I don't know. I think it's going to be all about how the Dodgers start out. If the Dodgers come, like, if they start out with like an Otani home run, which is very possible, then to me, it's going
Very.
to be
Yeah.
lights
Very.
out. Like they got to hold them. They can't let them score early.
No. But here's the thing: the game two, if they came out of that, they could have came out of that with a 5-4 win, and that could have been the victory too. So like, if LA wins tonight, I still saw 3-1, but I'm saying last night they could have came back and they could have came back in game two for Philly. They could have pulled that ninth inning miracle, but they just didn't.
Well, anything's possible. Listen, man, it's the more I'm watching them, right? I'm just like, damn, the Dodgers are really this good. Like,
Yeah.
God.
Well, I mean, you look at game one. They had the lead, and then Hernandez hit that home run that took it away from them. So I see the
That's
reverse on
baseball.
game two, where I was going to see the Phillies doing that, come back and beat them, and make this a series. But
But right now they're in an elimination game and they're in Los Angeles, right?
yes.
That's a tough place to be right now. I don't know. I don't know
Oh,
that
of
I
course
see
it
them
is. So
making it
yeah.
out. So what
That's
do
why I
you like?
have this game under. I have that game under 7.5. Under.
Um,
I have a very close, like 4-3 game.
what would you say, right? In the case of in the case of the Phillies winning, or what do they have to do this week or this tonight? What do they have to do right now to win this game?
Knock out their pitching, basically. They have the bats. They have the bats for it. So
They
it's
do,
LA's
but
pitching, and everybody says LA's pitching is not what LA's pitching is, but just like we argued last week, I was saying that they actually have a solid rotation, and everybody's like, no, the rotation not. Well, then how the fuck did they do what they did last year and get through with what the way they did? Is because that worked. It might you might not think it works for LA, but it works.
listen,
You get 2 to 3 innings per
Schwarber,
guy.
last 7 days,
Mhm.
Schwarber is batting just over 200.
Yeah.
Harper, I mean, I think so. He's batting. He's closer to 300, but he's not there. He's batting. He's batting closer to 250, I'd say. Castellanos, or Bohm was hot for a minute. Castellanos on the back of the lineup. I feel like he's been doing very little. Right, 16 at bats, 2 hits. A lot of the guys who are supposed to be staples for them just aren't doing the thing. Alec Bohm
Mhm.
continues to get hits during the playoff stuff. He is a bright spot on that
Yeah.
team right now. He's already gotten a hit tonight.
Mhm. Yeah.
Or maybe he didn't. He might have no, I don't know if he did. He might have gotten struck out. Harper got walked, which is but like you're not seeing anything from the guys on this team. You expect the guys who are doing it all season long. It's just not coming
Mhm.
out right.
No.
All right. So I don't know. I think they're gone tonight. The Yankees are now down 4-1, and the Blue Jays are still up. That's not looking good. Very tough. I hope I'm not still on this broadcast and the Yankees don't win, because man, that would suck. That,
Oh.
that would suck, bro. No question about that. This is
Well, I
this is
was
like a
live.
treat.
Yeah. I
Like,
was live last year when they lost the World Series. So.
oh god, that was awful. Were we in a space when they lost?
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Remember,
were.
we did the space right up to the last game. So.
Yeah. Look, somebody on the radio today was talking about how the only play anyone remembers from the World Series is
He's Freddie Freeman.
that's what I thought. He says it's Judge making that one drop. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. It's Freddie Freeman hitting that home run. What are you talking about?
Yes.
That was
Yes.
he ripped control of the game with that home run. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like,
Mhm.
grand slam? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, it is what it is. Everyone's got their own mentality. That was a bitter Philadelphia fan who knows that their team is about to get swept in the NLDS. And that's a pretty tough place to be. At least we won one so
Mhm.
far, but gosh, man, the Yankees are
Yeah.
killing me, man. This is tough. This is tough. No,
That's
Guerrero's up to bat. He's always a problem. He's always a tough out. Can't stand
three
that.
straight games. 3 straight games with a home run.
Dude.
And I'm only bringing it up, but just to say it. But that grand slam was fucking. If anybody got a grand slam like that, I'd say the same thing.
Top tier. Top
Oh
tier.
yeah.
Man, I can't believe that. I'm so for Jazz Chisholm to be the guy who just made the error that let this game get opened up. It was a routine double play he had in front of him, and instead it's 4-1. And
Yeah.
the bases are now loaded again. Oh, what is going on? Are they loaded or is it just first and second?
First and second.
Yeah, bro. Oh, very frustrating.
So I'll
Very
ask you. Okay, as you're being frustrated, but how it's going on right now. If this is the last night, how do you feel about Boone?
Boone's got to go, but I thought Boone needed to go last season, and in the year so I've been Boone has to go. Hopefully he's going to be the scapegoat, right? Because you can't blame it on Judge because Judge
Yeah.
performed. So now you
Yeah.
need a new scapegoat. It's got to be. It's right. It's not the captain. It's got to be the manager.
Mhm.
Right? You got to blame. Who else can you blame? If we right, who else can you blame? Right? We tied for first and left us in a wild card. Right? We come in and it's just been miscue. We barely got out of the first series because Boone pulled Freed and didn't start Chisholm in the first game.
Yeah.
Guy is awful. The guy is awful. Only way to say it. Hopefully we come back, but that guy is awful.
I
Um,
mean, if you just saying this because just because of the scores, but if you guys did not come back after going being outscored like 29 to like what 7, like if you guys did not come back, like that wouldn't be good because
well,
the very
I mean,
next
it was
game you guys were
definitely
down 6-1.
it was
Like
important, no question about it.
yeah,
Um, it was definitely important. So they have the Dodgers. The Dodgers game. It doesn't say right, so they could get eliminated today. The
yes,
Phillies. It's weird because usually it'd say TBD because the
yeah.
game's not definite tomorrow, but it lists tomorrow's game like it's just definitely happening. Did they already decide
Oh,
Philly's winning?
I think it's just. I think they already had a set of like where they were gonna go with it. So like, I think they just have a feeling just in case because they know the Brewers game's happening, so they probably have to have like their just in case so they can get
All
the
right,
graphics
so
ready.
let me switch gears for a second because
Hmm.
I know it's another time of year. I've got a Canadian on the broadcast with me, and NHL hockey returned yesterday. Um,
Yes,
huge,
I
right?
watched.
Very exciting.
I watched the Panthers win 3-2 last night, opening game from their back to back stance. But I'll tell you this one though, I was very surprised that it wasn't a packed house. It was a banner night and it wasn't packed.
Yeah, yes and no. Just, I mean, like, I would think the same as you, but like, you know, I guess Florida's
Uh,
just like
it,
still
it,
learning how to be a hockey state.
I'm not even talking about like we're talking about like oh there was like 2 or 3 seats that were empty. Maybe they were in concession stands. I'm talking about hundreds of seats were empty.
Okay, okay.
I know they were playing the Blackhawks, so maybe that wasn't a big draw because you got a very northern team. Like if you get Tampa in, maybe probably Tampa versus Florida, probably way better, because you get both demographics. But I was just very shocked to see
Well,
like
you would just think the home team by
back to back
themselves would
seats.
pack it out for a banner night.
Yeah, for a banner
You
night,
know,
give away free tickets or whatever, but still fill the seats.
yeah, it's a little surprising. I could see why you say that. The big takeaway from me yesterday had to be the Rangers just getting dusted by the Penguins. I
Okay.
wasn't expecting. They looked bad. That's like the. I wasn't expect. I thought they were going to start this season on the right foot. Opening game, they come out as the favorite and they get spanked 3-0.
Yeah.
Um, Not what I was expecting to see. But tonight, I know we got a Canadian on. The Habs and the Leafs are playing tonight. That game's 2-2 in the third right now. That's a good
Yeah.
one. My Golden Knights are playing their Pacific rivals
Games.
in the LA Kings tonight as well. So I'm excited for that game.
For
Um,
the other Canadian is the Battle of Alberta because you got the Flames and Oilers playing against each other.
yeah,
That's always a good one to watch.
you're right. You're
Just
right.
because.
Um, so let me ask you a question now. So a lot of these guys have been re-signing their new contracts, right? In hockey,
Yeah.
we've seen some good numbers. But is there a like at some point, like is the disparity is so great? Like a great hockey player is making less than $20 million a year.
Yeah.
What is going on? It's
Because
kind of
it's salary
crazy.
cap. No, it's
Oh,
because they've always had a cap. That's why.
what is do you like? And so, give or take, like what was? I'm curious to know now what this year's salary cap was in the NHL.
Like 85, maybe.
Really? Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
That's a
it's
pretty
really
low
not
cap.
that high. It's really not that high.
Well, the NFL's is like 285. So
Yeah, I
it
know,
is.
but we got a lot of we have 7 Canadian teams, so I mean, like We had the original six had like three at least, right? So it's like, I mean, well, two, but eventually it became three and four and five. Now we have seven, right? So I mean, like, we can't have it that expensive because if you put $200 million teams, then Canada would just leave the NHL because we wouldn't be able to afford a 200,000 a $200 million team.
Well, so look, the way
Even
that they do
even
it,
Toronto, just to say, like even Toronto would be paying out 200 million.
listen, they do it the right way though. It's not like so
Yeah,
their cap is based on a percentage of league revenue.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
right, if the league starts booming,
Hmm.
and revenue permits, then
The cap
280
does keep
million it
going
is.
up. The
Yeah.
cap
So
does
like
keep going up.
it's just a matter of what it is. In the last 10 years, it's gone up, definitely. It looks like over the next 3 seasons, it's gonna escalate. And by 27-28 season, it's going to be 113 and a 13.5 million. That's what they
Yeah.
say. So that's what's
Hmm.
interesting. Um,
But but I mean, if you're going to be talking about deals like anybody signed, Connor McDavid signed for 2 years for 12 and a half.
low
The next two
deal.
seasons,
Like
yeah,
that deal says to me, go get me the pieces I need. I'm here
yeah,
for two
that's what he's
years.
saying.
I will win you a championship or I'm leaving.
I
Like,
brought you to back-to-back Stanley Cups, and he needs a goaltender. He needs a goaltender.
I
And since
feel
he's
like
at
he
12
needs,
and a half, they got enough money to go buy themselves a goaltender.
yeah, you're not lying. You're not lying. Well,
But who wants to play in Edmonton though? That's the thing.
um, I mean, listen, if you look at the construction of Edmonton right now and you don't want to
Yeah.
play on that team, that means that you don't really want to compete for a championship. Like, this team is going to be this is a deep playoff team. So, like, as a goalie, if you're that
It's
guy,
been a deep playoff team. You have to look at the last two seasons. They were nowhere near playoffs the last 2 years. Beginning October, November, December. This was a late winning team that got into the playoffs. That played well in the second half.
okay,
They weren't always dominant. Every year they were surprised. They went from 8 down to like 2, like out of nowheres because they won a couple games. But these guys weren't dominant all year. They just got hot when it needed to be, and they rode us to the playoffs. Florida, the last 2 years, has always been a top tier team, so they kind of expected to go there.
well,
But we have a culture,
Florida,
though.
listen, Florida's got the best of everything, right? So,
Yeah.
Florida, from a financial standpoint, is a good state to work in, right? Because of taxes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so teams like the Stars, teams like the Golden Knights, teams like the Panthers and the Lightning, that's an advantage they all have. You come
Yeah,
play
but that's
here, you only
only when they play there, though. When they go elsewhere, they still got to pay state tax elsewhere. So
well, but
they
listen,
only have the advantage because of 42 games are in Florida. Yes.
no, it doesn't. That's not how it works. They're paid based on the state that they live in and the team that they're contracted for. So like they
No,
may travel for work. They're
Yeah,
not
but when taxes wise, yeah, they still got to pay state taxes and where they play.
when you travel for work, you don't have to pay taxes in the state you travel to.
It's athlete thing.
Bro, you're bugging. There's no
I've
way.
heard that way too many times to go on about it. Athletes
Dude,
have to pay a tax in other states that they play in.
I'm
It's
checking
all
that out
covered in
now.
their contracts. It's apparently it's all covered in their contracts. But I've heard that more times than I can hear that it wasn't a thing.
Oh, okay. So there's a the jock tax.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so basically income allocable to state equal to. Oh, okay, so they got like a whole little formula for it.
Yes. There's a formula for it. It's
Oh yeah,
not
oh bro,
like
yeah, yeah. So it seems like a fairly minimal amount for the most part.
Yeah, it's not major. It's not major, but they still got to pay taxes for other places in some way. So, like,
But so like, look, athletes residing in a state with no income tax, such as Florida and Texas, still pay jock taxes to every state with income tax where they play. If their team has a
yeah,
game in Florida, they won't owe the state income tax for that portion of their income. However, they're
yeah,
still liable for the income tax their worldwide earnings in any other state where they have residency. So, like,
yeah,
a lot of these athletes have residency in like multiple states, right? They live in one
yeah,
state, they work in another state.
yeah,
So,
yep,
you know, problems I don't have to worry about. I don't get paid. I don't have to pay the jock tax. Luckily, I should have to pay
yeah.
the talking shit tax. That's what. That's
Why
what.
do you
That's
think
what.
some of these? Why do you think some of these athletes, after they retire, file for a Chapter 11? Is because they buy like 6 or 7 different kind of mansions or houses and can't afford them.
Well, it's changed a lot. It's still not better,
Yeah.
but a lot of athletes have like financial advisement now, and they're doing it a better way.
Well,
But
there's they should,
here's
in
my
the most part, you
question for
should.
you. Actually,
Yeah.
hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me grab a seltzer. I'll be right back, folks. Give me a nice can of seltzer here. There we go. Much better.
Need something to hold the tears for later.
Oh, bro, it's messed up. Like, I'm trying not to think about baseball right now on purpose. If you couldn't tell, oh,
Yeah,
the
on purpose.
stress going on in the background. The stress
Yeah.
going on in the background. Damn, bro. This is not going the way I planned it, unfortunately.
No.
But you know what? Listen, I'm still excited. Even if they like, so here's the difference between me and like some sports fans. Even if the Yankees lose tomorrow, I'm still watching every playoff baseball game from now until the World Series is over of every team. I haven't missed any
Yeah.
baseball all day. I've been watching baseball
Yeah.
since this afternoon. I
Yeah.
don't miss playoff baseball. I don't give a crap. Like, whoever's playing, I'm still watching. I'm here for the sport. I'm not just a Yankee fan. I'm a fan of the MLB and the sport of baseball. So, now before we jump off of hockey, real quick question for you: who are your early season favorites from the West and the East?
Ah, man. The East, I mean, does it matter if they're top tier or just playoff?
Who who do you pick this season today? If you just guess, who's going to the Stanley Cup final?
Uh, oh, out of the okay. I mean, I want to say Panthers because they do it every year, but Barkov gone for like 8 months is gonna hurt them in some way. Uh, I mean, so right now I have okay. I don't want to, but I'm still gonna put the Panthers there. I think when Barkov does come back, I think he won't skip a beat. Um, but I'm gonna go with a little Canadian on this one. Senators.
Senators out of the East.
Yeah.
Who you got out of the
Like
West?
Senators or Panthers, and then it's like like they wouldn't play each other. I don't think so. But and on the west side
That would
of
be the Final
life,
Four. If they played each other,
uh,
that would be
yeah,
like
they
the
played
East
each
Coast
other.
Final.
Yeah, yeah. So
So who you got in the West?
the West, I'm definitely still gonna rock it again because I think they just got. I wouldn't say hosed last year. They fucked themselves up, but I'm still gonna go with the Kings. I think Kings was a
Okay.
learning year with this team, and I think it's gonna be this year's. They're gonna come out really well, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Stars. Ottinger's
Start.
got something to prove to get into. Yeah, the Stars. Ottinger's got something to prove to get into the finals.
The Stars is an excellent pick. I think if it's not going to be the Golden Knights in the West, I think it's going to be the Avs against the Kings in the finals in the West and in the
Yeah.
East. And I think the Avs are going to prevail. I think the Avs are going to make the finals this season. I think that they're going to have a lot to prove after the way they got rubbed out by the Stars last year. They got something to prove. So I think that they're going to come back with a vengeance. And I think that they've also done some good stuff in the offseason with who they've re-signed, who they let go of, etc. I like where the team is. And we're gonna do a hockey episode here in short order. We're gonna get my guy Vegas Hockey Freak, and we're gonna get Boston Cashews. We'll let you guys all go crazy on hockey for an evening. I'll sit back and enjoy.
Yeah.
But we'll get that going one night. But in the East, it's hard to go against the Panthers. I'd like to believe that the Canes are doing something to figure out the puzzle that they haven't solved in 3 seasons in a row, right? Like, why can't we get past Florida? Why can't we get past the Panthers? Like, I would like to think that the Canes will take that step forward this season, but I didn't really see any off-season movement by them that led me to believe they've done anything that's going to put them past this juggernaut of a team. You know what I mean? Like, this is the dynasty right here. All right. So I don't know. It's tough. But what I'll give you as a hot take, the other thing, I believe this season, it's been a rough couple of years for them. I believe this season we'll see the Islanders break back through and make the playoffs. I like that you brought up that they doubled down on Sorokin. I like I like their draft moves this season. I'm poised. And they were like right on the cusp at the end of the season. They came alive. I think they're going to come in hot this year, and I think that they're going to end up being a playoff team. So that's my side of the NHL. All right. So, last and not least, obviously, right, we have the NFL. So this past Monday, this was like to me, this was kind of like a bigger game than I think that a lot of people let on. The Chiefs getting beat 28-31 on a final drive by and if you watch, so to me, it was the final drive was everything. Where literally Trevor Lawrence fell down, got back up, and ran into the end zone. He was able to do that on the drive because it didn't look the level of effort he was putting in to win the game. It did not look like the defense at the end of that game from the Chiefs was putting that same level of effort in to stop the Jags. And I was like, wow, this Chiefs team really are they cooked?
Did you watch that clip? Did you watch that clip over like just a little bit? If you didn't, watch it again and watch what Chris Jones doesn't do. $32 million on Chris Jones, and he just stood there.
And he's like, and that's like, I didn't want to call Chris out because that's my guy, but he's like the big culprit on this play. If your defensive leader, if you're walking into the Hall of Fame, all-time great defensive tackle isn't doing anything, then why are the guys behind him doing anything?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the captain of the defense.
Like I literally watched him take the snap, stand there, look at it, then walk a couple feet, and then just stood there and then just watch Trevor Lawrence walk in.
if right and like had you been in full pursuit when he fell, you may have made the play.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly the
Oh
point.
yeah.
But because nobody was putting that effort in, nobody was able to stop this guy. And it just looked really bad. It was a really bad look against that defense. I never thought I would see that out of a Steve Spagnuolo. Like, I'm a Giant fan. I'm a Giant at heart too, FYI. But right, that was our defensive coordinator. I never thought I would see a team or a defense for him just look that lackluster at any point in a game. So it was a little surprising. It was. So
Yeah.
what do you think? Like, are the Chiefs going to make the playoffs or are they out?
I mean, what are they now? 2-3?
2-3. And I mean, more importantly, they have not just, they don't just have the Broncos, they have the Chargers in that division. So like not even a wild, like they may not even be able to get a wild card in this instance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? They've already dropped one. Like right now, they are not in good position at all. They play the Chiefs this week, then they get the Raiders, then they get the Commanders, then they get the Bills, Broncos, Colts. Like they have a run. They get one easy game in the next like 6 weeks. The Raiders. The Raiders are awful. I don't know what's going on there. We'll talk about that another time. They're terrible. But this might be Pete Carroll's last year coaching in the NFL. Who knows? But yeah, so I don't know. That was my big takeaway from this game too. It was just that like the Chiefs, like what are they now? I don't know. I feel like they don't have like an identity at this point. I don't really know what the team is. I don't really. I think they'll finish better than they look right now. Like they might still finish with 9 or 10 wins, but I wouldn't be shocked to see the Chiefs miss the playoffs this season. That's my take on it. What do you think? Oh, your screen's frozen. There you go. There's my guy. So what's your take on this, bro?
I know. It's like,
I'm gonna just start labeling you technical difficulties. So what's the deal? So what do you think?
Really?
This team? What like? Are they coming back? Like, is this it for the Chiefs? Like, what are we seeing happen right now?
It's week 5. It's week 5. Ask me in week 12. Like, in reality.
All right, listen, hold on. Here's all I'm going to say.
Give them a couple more weeks and.
Okay, so look, it's week 5. So we're going into week 6 now. Okay, right? So my ESPN app doesn't work. ESPN app is so fucking bad now. Since they updated to this new ESPN Unlimited, then their app is like super glitchy. Anyway, that's for another time. So as I was saying, right? So you said week 12. So let me I don't know if you heard the rundown I just gave you, but let's just go over this again real quick. Week 6, they play the Lions. Week 7, they have the Raiders.
All right.
Week 8, they have the Commanders. Okay. Week 9, they have the Bills. Week 10, they have the Broncos. Week 11, they have the Colts. And then week 12, they have the Cowboys. I could see them legitimately losing every game on there except for the Raiders.
Sounds about it. But still, they could come out with 3-3 out of it.
Okay, so let's say they come out of this stretch with,
like Bills. They might or might not. We've seen the Bills lose, so it's not like it's unheard of.
Josh Allen owns them in the regular season. Regular season, Josh Allen
dominates. Commanders though, that's a win. Raiders, that's a win. Colts could be a win.
Commanders, that's a win. Wait until Jaden Daniels has something to say about that, my friend. You wait.
Is Daniels back by then? Is Daniels back by then?
He's back now. They won last
Okay.
weekend. What are you talking about? You're wilding. You're wilding. I don't know. I
I
think
didn't thought Mariota. I thought Mariota was.
look, in their next 5 games, they're going to be 1-4. They're going to lose to the Lions, they're going to beat the Raiders, they're going to lose to the Commanders, the Chiefs, and then or the Bills, and then the Broncos.
Okay.
Oh, so now they're just pouring it on, huh? It's 5-1 now. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Let's stay focused on the NFL here. Let's stay focused on the NFL because, my goodness. Oh, he just threw it, Clement. That was awesome. Clement just hit the deck. He just threw it, Clement. That was great. We needed that. But this is not good because now there's another runner on base. So the Yankees are cooked. Anyway, back to the NFL. So this week, week 6, we got a bunch of games. Let's do a little rundown, talk through some games here, see which games we really care about. So for this week, tomorrow night's game, obviously I care about tomorrow night's game. It is the New York Football Giants hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. So my reality here is that I don't know that there's a way that I see my Giants winning this game. Oh, look, my boy Hot Take just showed up. Let's see what's up.
What up?
Oh, Hot Take. What, did you hear me say that we were going to talk football now?
Nah, bro. I was watching the fucking bum-ass Yankees. Stupid
Bro,
ass
I got
team.
it on in the background. I don't even want to talk about it. It's awful. But you know what we are talking about? We're talking about Week 6 NFL, and we just jumped into the first game, Giants and the Eagles. You're back. This guy's stuffing his face. Oh, why don't you give us your take?
On what? Eagles, Giants, you said?
Eagles, Giants. Is there a chance the Giants – like, okay, so as a Giants fan, let me ask you the question like this, right? Like, so we're most likely not winning this game. Reality, right? What do you think a successful night is tomorrow against the Eagles?
No turnovers. Doing the best possibly you can with the ball.
Just clean it up.
Just play good football. Like, don't have, nonsense plays, stuff like that. I mean, last game, there was a couple drops by our receivers. Dart fumbled, Cam fumbled. So, clean that stuff up. I mean, I know we're missing neighbors, but it doesn't matter.
Last week was crazy. Slayton fumble, Dart fumble, Cam fumble, back to back. Like, turnovers, absolutely, you're 100% right. I just want to see them clean those up. And I want to see Dart look in control of this offense. If he looks in control, we don't have turnovers, then we may lose, but it'll be a decent game.
I definitely agree. What are you eating over there, bud?
She's loving it, right?
Yeah.
Loving it. Whooping that down.
Peaches.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So what are your thoughts? And now, so Cove is the resident New York hater. What are your
I'm
thoughts
always in New York.
on the Eagles-Giants game?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants pull it out. When you got Saquon running an average of 54 yards a game, he's not really producing.
So
they say he's going to end up like 900,000 yards. That's it.
So let me ask you guys a question. If you agree with this. So last week, right, there was so much noise in the media after the A.J. Brown, and all this stuff. They went, they got this new coordinator. They went pass heavy, right? And they're not a pass heavy team. That's not how they've been successful. I feel like this week they're going to get back to what they do, and they're going to just try and play smash mouth football with the Giants and try and run the ball a lot. So I expect to see Saquon a lot, but I also expect to see them. I expect to see Shipley get like a good 8 to 10 carries too. Like, I think this is going to be a big run game for them. Hot take?
No, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. They haven't used him all year long. I don't think that they're going to use him like they should. I mean, I feel like they feel like they overworked him last year, and I know he did great. I'm not taking anything from him last year, but they're not utilizing him as they should
No,
this
and I
year.
agree.
And
This is
the
why I
offensive
think
line,
he's going to see
well,
carries.
the offensive line has been a little injured too, so that could be a reason. But overall, they don't look like the same offense as they did last year in 5 weeks.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree. And like they're squeaking by, right? So if you remember last year, we talked a lot about this actually on your podcast. They're squeaking by on like a lot of these like one possession wins, just like the Chiefs did last year. And we saw how that played out for the Chiefs. They got to a competent team in the Super Bowl, and they got ran through. And now they're a sub 500 team in the bottom of the barrel and can't seem to do anything right. So like, it's pretty important that the Eagles, right the ship now, right?
Yeah. I mean, James brings up a good point. He does seem hurt.
No, I agree. And like this is why like my whole thing is I feel like the team's identity is run first, right? So I expect them to lean on that, which leads me to the call on Shipley getting those additional carries. So I see them, starting to feature another back. They have like 4 running backs.
So if you remember correctly, on your show and my show, the first 3 weeks we were talking about how Hurts hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. It's been him running the ball, Barkley getting a little bit of carries of that.
Hurts is a one-man army, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but now I feel like they've gone completely away from the run and throwing the ball more now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see tomorrow what they come out with at first to identify the whole game.
Well, but this is my thing, right? So look what happened, right? A.J. Brown came out 2 weeks ago after the game with the post. It caused a whole big stink in the media, yada, yada, yada. Then last week, they came out pass heavy as a result. They were not successful. And so now I feel like the smart money says they go back to their identity, which is run first. But we don't know what Saquon's status is. That's what tells me they might feature one of their other backs.
Yeah.
But something's definitely been wrong. No question about that. Saquon's not Saquon.
No, we'll definitely see. I mean, listen, I'll tell you this much. My heart is with the Giants, obviously. I'm never going to root against them. No matter their record could be 0-16. I'm never going to root against them. But in reality, rookie quarterback going against a tough Philly team, my brain can't process a W. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's honestly, it's a very, very doubtful one. Then you got the other New York team, the Jets, and they're going up against the Broncos.
All I want to see is the Broncos owner stick the middle finger out like Jerry Jones did last week. That's all to the Jets fans.
That was kind of crazy, right? That was hilarious because he does it with a smile on his face. He's like, he points down. He's like, you.
Did you see the video I posted?
Oh, I must have missed this one. I'll check after.
You're gonna die laughing.
Oh, dude. All right, so guys, we got the Broncos against the Jets. The 0-5 Jets. O is for awful. This team.
It's in Denver.
I think this game might be in New York. Give me a second here. Let's get the schedule for this week up. Bro, this app is really like everything works normal now. I updated my phone and like everything works good, but certain like specifically ESPN super trash these days.
It's in London. It's in London.
It's in London. Yeah, it's the London game.
Tribe game.
Okay, so now you just threw that out there.
Trap
If it's
game.
a trap game, it's obviously a trap game for the Broncos.
Mhm.
So are you taking the Jets? Is that what we're saying?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Trap game. Justin Field comes out hot, starts swinging. The Broncos are riding high off that Eagles win last week. Coming in, we're about to play the 0-5 Jets. I'm not saying Jets win by big, but that's a trap game for the Broncos. It humbles them a little bit.
Okay. Cole, you are a Broncos
Yeah.
fan. You actually have a Bo Nix jersey. So what
Yeah.
are your thoughts on this?
I don't think it's a trap game. I say 0-6 Jets. I mean, I'd love to see the Jets do better, but I see Denver having no problem doing this.
So you
I
know,
mean, it's still be a close game.
I think it's going to be an awful game of football. I don't think, but I think it will be closer. Like it's not going to be a blowout game at all. But I
No,
don't
this is
know,
like a
man.
5-6 field goal game kind of thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be something ugly, which I think is good for the Jets. I think the Jets might cover the spread, but I would take like if I was going on a money line bet, I would have to just go smart money and go against the Jets. That's just
Mm-hmm.
But the Broncos offense is still not like
No.
the Broncos haven't fired on all cylinders yet. I don't feel like they looked okay, they looked good at certain points, but they haven't like it's not like they played the best version of the Eagles and won. They played the most half-assed version of the Eagles we've seen in 25 games. So,
But like I was telling you before, Nick's had loose feet the first couple of weeks, but I've seen him step it up a little bit, placing his feet down as he's throwing. So, I mean, he's improving.
So hot take. One thing about this guy, he pays so much attention to Bo Nix mechanics. He's always that's as soon as we talk Bo Nix, he's always like, "Did you see what he did with his footwork in the last game? He did this one thing and he threw the ball off his back heel." And I'm like, "Why does he love it?" He loves that, but he's all about that for sure. Guy knows football.
It's a good thing.
Guy knows ball. That's all.
Got to pay attention to mechanics.
All right. So next game up, Browns Steelers. Dylan Gabriel versus Aaron Rodgers with the side of Shador.
We're going to have to talk about this one.
I assume the Steelers are going to win at home.
I think they destroy them.
Steelers coming off a bye week, yes.
Yeah, and they're at home. Aaron Rodgers went and did some nice ayahuasca last weekend. He's ready.
He definitely took some perks.
Right? He's ready for it. Chargers, Dolphins. This is at the Dolphins. I just don't see a world where they don't get beat down by the Chargers, though. What do you think, hot take?
No, there's no way.
I want to say yes, but then I want to say no.
No.
The Chargers.
They just took another loss.
Chargers
right?
lost to the Giants, so yes, they can lose. They can lose to
the Chargers.
Miami.
The Chargers is coming off a back-to-back loss to the Giants, to the Eagles.
NFC's football, baby. Without a doubt.
And then they go into Miami. I don't know, man. I think the Chargers do win, but I think it's a lot closer than people think.
Okay, that's fair. All right, let's see. Next game that we got on the docket. This is Patriots and the Saints.
Saints get mollywopped.
Oh, I was like, what? Yeah, no. Patriots are coming into form. They're just starting to look good.
Yeah.
That Diggs-May connection is real.
They're in my top 10 this week.
That makes total sense. I like that. I can't wait to hear about it.
You
Cole,
commented on it. What's wrong with you? Did you not see it? You commented on it.
Did I? Oh yeah. You're your post?
Yeah.
Oh, that's because you got the Eagles on the top of that post.
No, I got the Bills number 1.
Oh, the Bills number 1. I think the Lions are the best team in football right now, personally. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's how it feels to me. It feels to me like Jared Goff is ready to start marching towards a MVP type season too.
Every
Well,
quarterback
that's how I
that
have
does
my top
good.
3.
Say that again, Cove.
That's how I have my top 3. I have the Lions top.
Okay.
Lions,
Rams, Ravens.
Bills, Eagles.
What do you guys got? Rams, Ravens. Cove.
I wouldn't be
Lamar
surprised with the Rams.
Okay.
Is Lamar playing?
Is Lamar playing? That's a good question. Let me check. Let's see here. He's questionable.
But the Rams
still.
have played. Yeah, and the Rams have played really good against top tier teams. So
the Ravens defense. I don't care if Lamar's playing. I'm taking the Rams. What?
It was just a question, man.
yeah, with your
Who are you taking, my friend?
I mean, they're giving them what? They've been giving them 40 points a game.
41 now.
41.
Yeah,
It's going up.
I mean, I'm taking the Rams. I just didn't know if Lamar was playing or not.
Yeah, for sure. It says he's questionable. I don't think he's going to be in there this week, though. So I don't know. We'll see. We got a good one here. I know you love this game. This is your early Super Bowl favorite, Arizona Cardinals against the Colts at Indianapolis. Hot take?
Colts.
Boy.
I have Colts.
Well, I was wrong about that one.
Yeah. Listen, we'll talk about that another time, but they might have to get rid of a lot of pieces there, starting with the coach and the quarterback.
Okay, but can we talk about how the coach got fined for doing that?
So what are your thoughts on this?
So as a coach, you would want to discipline your player, right? He did something stupid. Like you fumbled the ball an inch away from the end zone. So as a coach, as an assistant coach and a head coach of, kids, I'm not going to be sitting there screaming at them because they're kids, but this is professional football. Like these guys get paid millions of dollars to do this. And like you cost your team a win with that mistake. And I think, me personally, the coach had every right to do what he did on the sideline and yell at his player.
Well, I don't know if it's
but didn't he also get in trouble for putting his hands on him though, too?
Physical contact.
I think more of it was the fact of it was out in the public and people seen it.
Of course.
Biggest reason why he got fined, but still, like you still want that coach to make sure he disciplines the player for doing something that dumb.
In today's world, it's just like you can't do that kind of. Hands can't. You just got to keep those away, right? Like I'm with you. When I was growing up, right, my football coach, he had he won the championship D2 at Bloomberg University. He had the ring, right, and he would wear it. And he would turn it inside so the big knot was facing in. And when you did something silly, he'd smack you on the back of the helmet with it, and your ears would be ringing for 30 minutes.
Oh.
It was terrible. But, that was normal. You didn't, nobody said a word. It was like Coach Wally says what it is, you do it. That's it. Now,
yeah, but we don't do shit we used to do when we played the 80s and the 90s. We don't do that shit in sports any day.
It's all scrutinized now through social media. Everything, as soon as you do it, it's in everyone's eyeballs everywhere in the world.
Yeah, but the NFL didn't find him, though.
The team did.
The Cardinals owners fined him for that.
Yeah.
So, that's just you're just slapping your coach in the face for doing that, though. That's how I feel.
You got to understand all the outcry. You got
fuck the outcry. You want to win or you want to lose?
I agree with you. I agree with you completely. But we've talked about this. There's a large scale softness in society today.
Of course.
That does not deem that style of coaching as acceptable or effective. We may think and know better. But,
to me, if that was my head coach, and of the team I liked, I'm happy to see that discipline his player on the sideline like that. But I mean, I guess to each his own.
Okay, so moving right along. This is a good game. So this is an interesting one to me. I think this is going to tell us a lot about both teams, actually. Seahawks at the Jags. I'll tell you, I'm taking
this game.
Do we start to
I
believe in
see what they
Trevor?
do with it.
Okay, so here's the question. Is Trevor the guy or is he not? Like, was last week a byproduct of the lack of intensity from the Chiefs, or was it the extra intensity that Trevor Lawrence brought that brought his team over the edge? Like, what do you think?
It could be a little bit of both.
That last play was definitely a little bit of both.
I mean, the guy tripped twice and still got in the end zone.
They just watched him. They watched him fall, get up, and keep going. It was crazy.
I think he shocked himself more than anything. After he tripped the second time, he's like, "Oh, I can run this."
Like nobody's gonna tackle me. Okay,
Yeah, nobody's touching me.
Kind of crazy. So what? Like if they win, right at a certain point, you can no longer doubt. You have to believe the record, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they win this week at 5-1, do we believe the record?
Yeah, I mean, I have the Jaguars at my top 10 in power rankings this week because I absolutely do think that beating the Chiefs is a step in the right direction because of who their quarterback is and who their coach is. Because I don't care what the record shows for the Chiefs. The Chiefs are always going to be the Chiefs, especially with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid on that team. So,
oh yeah, they're going to play you to the end of the game.
Exactly. So, it is a step in the right direction, but we have to see it week in and week out. We can't just see it 1 week and then they miss 3 weeks and then come back and do it. I mean, if they win this week against Seattle, which I do think they do win against Seattle, then you got to start recognizing that team as a playoff contender.
They could. So what's really interesting, I think, is the way the AFC South is shaping up right now. The Colts look like a legit contender. And, we're almost at that place where there has to be that, we then look at the Jags and say the same exact thing, right? So they've got two teams in that division right now that look to be real deal contenders, so we'll see how the second half of the season goes, but that's an interesting one. So who do you have in the game, Hot Take? You take the Jags?
Yeah.
You going Jags? What about you, Cove? Seahawks
Jags.
or the Jags, Cove?
Jags.
Okay.
Jaguars. So.
All right. So next one on the docket, we got the Cowboys and the Panthers. I feel like Dak is going to be slanging it. I don't know. What do you guys think, Cove? Who you got in this game? Cowboys.
Definitely Cowboys.
Okay.
Even though the Panthers have been playing really good the last couple of weeks, would say Cowboys.
Panthers look better as a team for sure. What about you, Hot Take?
I don't know, man. This defense of the Cowboys is letting points up. If they make a couple mistakes on offense, this game could be a toss-up here, to be honest with you.
I can see that. Well, these are both 2-win teams, right? So
one side of me wants to say the Cowboys. The other side wants to say this is a trap game for the Cowboys because of how their defense is playing. I just don't know.
Makes sense. All right, so leave it at the toss-up. That's fair. It could, with the Cowboys, it can end up being a tie. Who knows? Right? So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Well, what about, okay, so here's a game that's just like, this puts a new meaning on awful. I don't know who wins the awful bowl, but we got the Tennessee Titans at the Las Vegas Raiders this weekend.
Genty 250.
I agree. Genty on the over. That's where I'm betting. Genty on the over.
I'm taking Genty over and 2+ touchdowns.
I like it. That's a good bet. You guys heard it first. Wait until you see the Thursday parlay. You're gonna die.
Oh man, I can't wait.
The killer tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll have my upset of the week here in the next couple of days.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, so we got a couple more games here. I believe we got the Bucks and the 49ers this week. This is in Tampa, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Okay, so this is in Tampa. Both teams are 4-1. Both teams are pretty banged up. Both teams showed serious grit in their last couple of wins. I mean, for me, this game comes down to who the quarterback is. I think, I'm with Mac Jones right now. I think he can beat people. I might go with him just because of how beat up they still are on the Bucs side of the ball. But if it's Brock Purdy, then I automatically go against him and I take the Bucs.
Bucks with a walk-off field goal for the fourth time this year.
Dude, they're starting to look like they've mastered this. These one score games.
They won 4.
Baker's looking good with the clock management. They're looking good on all that.
Either 3 or I don't know if all 4 games they won, or at least I know 3 for sure. They've walked off with a walk-off field goal.
Ooh, I got a good game here that we didn't talk yet. This is actually a real good. This is the sophomore rematch of Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. I lean towards Washington because I'm a Jaden guy. But I feel like Chicago. I feel like Caleb has taken some big strides, and I think he looks a lot better at quarterback this season. I will say that. What do you think, Cove?
No, Jaden's back. I definitely would take Jaden in this. I still don't believe in Caleb Williams. I really don't.
It's hard to believe in him unless you're from Chicago. Hot take?
I'm opposite. I'm taking the Bears in this one.
Bears. Okay.
And then all the terms on one person. DeAndre Swift. They can get him going. That opens up everything for Caleb Williams. Yeah,
100%. The running game is huge for that team right now. It's huge for everybody, but that's a good point. What's this guy's name? New little weapon that he loves. Loveland?
Yeah.
I like him too. I like him for a touchdown in this game.
That's if he plays. I know he was hurt.
Is he still out?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought I could be wrong. I try and keep up with this stuff on Sleeper because of the fantasy, so I don't get my butt kicked too bad when I walk into these games, but I be missing stuff, no question. So if he's still out,
sure.
That's different. But what do you think, Cove? You said you're going with Jaden?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's questionable with a hip.
Okay. And so the last game that we didn't touch on, or actually I think there are 2 games left. Bengals and Green Bay. Everyone's going Green Bay, right? Like Flacco is not the difference maker this week?
No, not this week.
New offense. You got to learn a whole new playbook. I don't think so this week. Maybe next week, not this week though.
By the way, I love that move for the Browns.
I wanted them to go get
moving the draft pick up, and now you can really evaluate your 2 quarterbacks and see if you got something there or not. This could be a smart season for them. It's shaping up that way, So
I wanted the Bengals to go get Jameis Winston. I think that would have been a little bit better.
Jameis would have won some outrageous games for them too. He would have had some games where he slung like 5 touchdowns.
Five interceptions.
Yeah, 100%. It would have been a blast to watch, though. Jamar Chase would have been going crazy. Like that. But you know what? I think having Flacco is good though, because Flacco is just going to throw it up to him. Like, Flacco can do that, and That's all Chase really needs. It's not like, Chase doesn't need a perfect ball. Just put it in his zone. He'll do the rest. Okay. And then the last one, the Bills and the Falcons. And I think the Bills are away at Atlanta in this game. Cove, what do you think?
I still got my belief in the Bills. I mean, last week was last week. This week is this week. I think Josh turns around.
Bills.
I was going to say, so that's low key. Hot take second team is the Bills. So of course he's going with them.
You're missing a game, by the way.
What game did I miss?
The Lions Chiefs.
Was that not the first game we talked about?
Unless I wasn't here for it.
No.
It's a Sunday night game.
Yeah. No, me and Cove, it came up. We were talking specifically. Actually, I'm glad you brought this up. So let's get your take on it. Cove said he's not sure if he's full on panic button level with the Chiefs. Let's see how things look at week 12. And I was like, okay, that's fair. Do you know what their schedule looks like for the foreseeable future? And so I ran down the schedule, and next week was the Lions, or this week was the Lions. And so I take the Lions. What were your thoughts on this one, hot take?
Chiefs at Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
Okay, you're going Chiefs?
Mm-hmm.
What about yourself, Cove?
Lions.
Okay. So I guess my question for you, hot take, is why, I don't know. I feel like the Lions have just finally gotten rolling and gotten it together where they're now really a mean offense and moving like last season type thing. Only with healthy players. And I don't know. I just don't see it from the Chiefs. So what is it? Is it just because they're home or
No, I mean, if you look at it the last 3 weeks, the Chiefs have actually found what they're known to do. And I know they lost last week to the Jags, and they lost the first 2 games to the Eagles and the Chargers. They have a very tough schedule, the Chiefs. They're playing
very tough.
They're playing against all the top 15 teams in the league this year. So these games that they're playing are going to be very close. But they definitely found their groove the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks against the Giants, the Ravens, and the Jags. Even though they did lose to the Jags, it's not like they played a sloppy game. They definitely didn't play a sloppy game.
Well, minus the pick six.
Yeah, but when you play that play, every team you play and you use that same similar play, eventually a linebacker is going to understand, they're in goal line. I'm going to do what I have to do to try to pick this ball off. And Devin Lloyd is not no rookie. He's not no, all right linebacker. He's a very good linebacker. So he read that play
was awesome.
Very, very well. You know what I mean? So, but with that pick six, they only lost by 3 points. So it's not like they got, blown out by 14 points. So, you take out that pick six, it's a whole different ballgame. So I think the Chiefs have found their groove and they win against the Lions at home.
Do you expect that they will make the playoffs?
Yeah. They still have a chance to win the division. With the Chargers dropping 2.
Yeah, but it'll still be hard because the Chargers already have the tiebreaker right now. So they got to beat them.
Yeah, they got one more game against each other.
Yeah. I really feel like the way that the AFC is shaping up now with what's going on in the AFC North, with the way the AFC West looks, they could possibly send their top 3 teams. Mm-hmm. They might take 2 wild cards in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Chargers.
I could see 3 teams from the West and then 2 teams from the North.
Definitely possible. And the North is tough though. It's the defense has to get it together on that Ravens team. They can't
I'm not even talking about the Ravens. I'm talking about the Steelers and the Bengals.
The Bengals. Okay.
I think the Bengals lose this week with Joe Flacco coming to learn the offense, and then after that, he learns, the offense. He gets a groove, and then Burrow's back in a month or so. He's already missed a month.
They said he was out for 3 months.
Yeah. So
2 more months.
I mean, think about it though. If he's healthy enough, right, and during playoff run, he's gonna come back quicker than you think he is.
Potentially.
Just saying, Burrow's a dog. People don't.
This
People don't
next
understand
6
that.
weeks is going to decide that.
Of course.
This next 6 weeks of Flacco.
Of course.
If Flacco has a winning record, then there's a possibility. But if not,
then there's no point in rushing him back then.
Exactly. So, you're looking at you want to see Flacco jump out to a 4-2 start in the next 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can do that, then you talk about what you want to do with the return of Joe Burrow. But,
exactly.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens with that. Where's this? Is this guy? Is Austin at work?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured I was going to say, we maybe let him get on here and vent, but dude, I is the game over?
Bottom 9.
Bottom 9. Oh my gosh. I'm just, whatever, man. Whatever, bro.
Is what it is, brother.
I know. Knicks basketball is almost here.
Yeah, I can't wait for NBA, brother. My NFL season is over. My MLB season is over. At least I got my NBA team for the time being.
Bro, how did my NFL season end in September?
I always expect my NFL season to end by October.
So. Yo, bro. But you know what though? Like, I'm excited to, I'm still mentally in a place where I'm not looking at it like, oh, we can make it somewhere, but I'm excited to watch and just see if Jackson develops.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very excited about Jackson Dart. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I know we're not going to do anything this year, so.
I know. I already can't wait till his sophomore campaign with the return of Leak. Leak's going to come back and be top 5 in the league immediately. He's so good. He was going to take over this season. I'm so pissed he got hurt. I can't even believe that. But
yeah,
these things do happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like this is going to be it for the New York Yankees, unless something happens dramatic here in the bottom of the 9th. We got a runner in scoring position already. So, who knows? What would you like? So let me just ask before, we're coming to that time in the evening. Let me ask you guys, with what we've got left, with what we've seen so far in the MLB postseason, if you had to pick a World Series now, who do you think it's going to be?
Do I have to choose?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to see the Blue Jays. I don't want to see the Dodgers. I don't want to see the Phillies. So who's left?
But no. I didn't say who do you want to go that's left. Who do you think realistically is going to make it?
Honestly, I think it's going to be a Dodgers-Blue Jays World Series.
I know. That's going to be awful. Awful.
So at that point, go Dodgers.
Awful. I have to root for the Dodgers because, they're not in the AL East. So obviously I'm not rooting for the Blue Jays.
But I'd rather see both teams lose before the World Series.
So would I. In an ideal world, if it's not going to be the Yankees, it would be the Mariners against the Brewers. That would be the most ideal scenario in world history. I would watch every game happily. And I would have no skin on the game. But I don't know. Right now, it feels like Blue Jays, Dodgers. Like, they just look like the teams that are ready to do that. Cove, what do you think? Yo.
Well, I already told you I had Detroit versus I had Detroit versus Blue Jays in the ALCS, and I had Brewers and Dodgers, with the Brewers going to the finals. But if the Cubs do it, I mean, I don't know. I'd say LA. If the Cubs are meeting the Dodgers, then yeah, it's gonna be LA for sure. Because the Jays.
LA just looks so good. They're losing right now, but I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I mean, every team
they're up in
loses a
the
game.
series. You know what I'm saying, they're up
Exactly.
in the series 2-0. So
Yeah. It's actually a surprise that they're losing too, but every team takes an L, right? All right. Well,
I don't
listen.
know. I had a 3-1 series for LA.
I know you called it. Cove always calls it right too. I don't know how this guy always calls these series right. Listen, that's all I've got this week on Vinny's
What?
Corner. Hot take. Do you want to give it a quick shout? Let them know where they can find you and what's going on tomorrow.
yeah, you can find me at my handle right below me. I think C904. Live tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern time. Obviously Vinny will be there, and then we just started a TikTok page as well, so got that up and running.
Make sure you subscribe. The Sports
Mm-hmm.
Podium. Cove, what about yourself, bro?
Well, I normally have my Thursday night show. So if the boys were around, I'll have my Thursday night show.
So I'll be around, but I'm just around after 7 p.m. So I'm around later, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll text you about that, but I'm definitely late. That's why I was saying I'm late tomorrow for sure. So like I
Yeah.
might be able to, like Hot Take Show goes till like I don't know. They do like a midnight show or something on the East Coast. I don't know. So I can usually catch them late.
Gotta
But
get it in where you can fit it in.
exactly. Get in where you fit in. All right, fellas. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming through. As always, guys, you can find me at Vinny's Corner 1 on X, at Vinny's Corner on YouTube, and at Vinny's Corner 1 on TikTok. Check them out. Subscribe. Let me know if you've got something going on. I will subscribe to yours as well. And we will see you back here next Wednesday evening. Have a good one. Appreciate